Welcome to SLS 2940.
Please take a moment and silence your cell phones. Enjoy.
This is surreal. We're at the Trevi Fountain.
Visiting the Trevi Fountain was spectacular because it was a symbol of how appreciative the Romans were of water. And it just shows that water is a source of life. And I really would like to implement that same value in today's society.
Learning about the Colosseum while being there was just the best experience for me. I was able to learn how it was built, what it was mainly used for, and about its destruction after the Roman Empire collapsed and its survival today. I was personally influenced by this experience because I was able to see firsthand how the Roman art and culture is appreciated and still cherished to this day.
All of the service learning activities impacted my coursework by inspiring me to create a scrapbook where I collected business cards, little memories, and important notes of each place we visited, thus making my journals as detailed as possible to captivate what I learned, my exact emotions, and my overall amazing experience.
I previously volunteered at Give Kids the World, and that was the best experience for me. I was able to learn so much about how to talk to people that are going through a hard time and how to be able to put a smile in their face and how to make a long-lasting connection with them, something that they'll always have forever and that they'll always remember of that good time. And I feel like I was able to use that in our service learning trip abroad, and I was so glad that I was able to learn those skills over time, and I really hope I get to do that again sometime.
Doing coursework has helped me enormously on this trip. I volunteer at Give Kids the World, and there we focus more on making the customer happy and forgetting about their everyday life, which is really traumatic for them. With that in mind, I did the same thing when I went to my service learnings. I focus more on the now, on their happiness instead of their past and how they came to Italy and Greece and how they migrate to that.
The coursework we did prior to this trip was extremely valuable to me on our journey, especially the project that we made. I was in charge of learning about transportation in Greece, and as such, I was a navigational expert in both Greece and Rome because of the skills that I learned.
As a future educator, this trip confirmed my calling to work with children. Despite having a brief conversation with the children at the SOS Children's Village, I learned that giving them my undivided attention through playing was a language of its own. Children just want to be heard and know that they can teach us new things as well. I look forward to giving my students the same kindness and individual attention so they will grow up to love learning and continue to impact the next generations. I also look forward to volunteering with Sophia and Yanis at the SOS Children's Village next time I go to Athens. Now, I just need to perfect my Greek.
I was very excited to be able to help the refugees and people in need, and once we finally got there, it was very harsh because it was like reality struck, and we were able to see what their living conditions were like and how they were living on a daily basis in tents and without a lot of clothing and no food really. And it was very hard to be able to see those living conditions, and I feel like that gave me a drive to want to help them even more. And that's really what kept me really engaged in our service learning, was knowing that I was helping them and I was being able to do something for them.
Seeing what the refugees have to go through in order to be accepted in a society made me change my mind a lot about the world and the way I think of people. I really want to raise awareness and show to people that helping them is not a bad thing, and that these people, they are normal people. Not their fault that their country is at war or is having trouble. So it's a way that we can help them, integrate them in our society in order for them to feel safe and be able to invest in a better life and give a better life to their kids if that's the case.
Thanks to this trip, I learned so much about what's going on around the world, and I also learned new things about myself that I didn't know before, and I learned new things about my new friends, and it was all so great, and I loved it so much, and I really hope I get to do this again.
Our trip to Italy and Greece has impacted me personally by helping me develop more confidence as a traveler. Initially, I was afraid that I would lose something or be a victim of theft, but as the days went on, I learned to take every opportunity, seize the day, and not limit myself with my fears.
Personally changed the way I think about people and the world. I'm focusing more on what people feel and need help with, as we did on the trip and as in the service learning, instead of focusing on race, religion, and ethnicity.
Was so important to me because it reminded me how important it is to volunteer in every community. It reminded me how strong I am as an individual, and it reminded me our lives are just a compilation of circumstances, whether they be fortunate or less so.